Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And happy Monday, guys. Happy holidays. We are back. We're in this thing. And y'all already know. We're in here and we're back on this case again because Teresa Martin, Kenneka Jenkins, Zach TV, definitely the gift that keeps on giving. Y'all saw the title. 8 years later, and why so many lies? Why so many lies? And why did so many people go quiet in this case? And the biggest question of them all, who controlled the narrative? So guys, come on in, grab your seat. Get settled. It's settled. Make sure you hit that like button on your way in. We got some things to talk about. We have questions that needs to be answered. And we're looking for Teresa because she holds the key to all of this. And tonight we're going to talk about it. Happy Monday, guys. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. We're going to give everybody just a minute or two to get up in here, get settled. And y'all already know how we rock it out in here. We're going to let you slide in here on a good note, making sure you hit that like button on your way in. And we'll be right back.
Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Hit that like button, you might break the scale. If you can't join the membership, still ride for free, $99. Yeah, we lit in here. Comments popping, energy rocking, we all shine. We here to stay. We here to stay. Turn it up, we in the South with style and grace. MOCA got 'em talking, can't nobody take a place. Nah, from the bayou to the block, we drop truth, not tea. You ain't gotta pay the vibe, hit that like for free. Every panel on fire, every topic gon' trend. If you ain't a member yet, you still a friend, amen. Got love for the real, was no time for the mess. We keep it authentic, that's no labels at its best. Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we gon' live, we outside. Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we gon' live, we outside. It's MOCA and the crew, we the talk of the streets. Bring the real back to YouTube, no scripts, no beats. We laugh, we drag, we educate too. All the bells in the chat know how we do. So tap in, lean back, sip your drink real slow. Let the haters keep watching, we steal the show. From MOCA to NOLA, we hold it down steady. Platinum plus approved, that girl stay ready. Welcome to MOCA, na na bells. Welcome to MOCA, na na bells. Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. Welcome to MOCA, no love bills. Where the truth ring loud like church bells. Like, comment, subscribe, free 99 if you ride. We don't fake the vibe, we go live, we outside. From the panel to the people, it's pure real talk. She ain't following a trend, she lead her own walk. No cameras, my mic check with no lights on blast. But every episode hit like first class. We ain't gossiping, we testifying, keep it bold. Every story got a lesson that need to be told. So hit that bell, join the ride in style. Welcome to MOCA, stick around for a while. Welcome to MOCA, no love
All right, guys, we are back in this thing. We are back in this thing. Everyone that's just entering the chat, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy holidays, guys. As I stated before, we are here to discuss 8 years later. Why so many lies? And why are so many people quiet? And right now, we're trying to understand, figure out who control the narrative. It starts with Teresa. It ends with Teresa. But here, we're going to say, let me say, get this out of the way before we get where we got to go. Everything discussed here is based on information that has been publicly available. And it's my commentary, my reaction, and everything said here is allegedly used for discussion reactions and educational purposes. Because, baby, Teresa's teaching real life lessons. Real life lessons. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I see y'all up in here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see the cousins, the friends, the family who's been rocking for years. I see some new faces too. I see y'all up in here. And it's always a pleasure to have each and every one of you here. Cornell says right off the bat, Teresa ain't no good. Well, Teresa, that's what they say. And you're proving us right, Teresa, because you're doing the most. You are doing the most, ma'am. Warrior, hey, my girl, Warrior says, I just stopped by to say hi to you in the chat. Many blessings to you too, my love. Happy holidays. So we're going to stop acting confused. Because when we start noticing certain people saying certain things out loud, and that's Teresa, especially after 8 years, that's not noise, y'all. That ain't no signal. She's telling a story without telling. And once those signals goes up, you don't get to control, Teresa. You don't get to control how people respond to the shit that you say and do. You just don't do that. Nah, we're not doing that. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So tonight, we're serving up Teresa Martin, Kenneka Jenkins, and Zach TV as the main course. And everybody else who had anything to do with what we now know, yeah, them too. They go get in where they fit in. Because for 8 long years, 8 long ass years, something is still muddying these waters. And we ain't swimming. We ain't walking. And we damn sure ain't moving around in a cesspool of shitty chaos. This is not what we're going to do. Teresa talks, and she talks, and she talks. Teresa talks so much. Teresa said at one point, and And that's where she's trying to confuse the people. First, you told us that she was in that urn. And at first, you said she was buried. Then she's in an urn. And now 8 years later, your word is she's alive. Make it make sense, Teresa. Which one is it? That ain't some shit that you just say out loud after 8 years and you expect a motherfucker to be quiet. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that because you're not going to confuse the masses, Teresa. That's not what you're going to do. No, that's not what you're going to do. Strong Survive said that's the problem. People have been using the internet to fit their narratives. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. The fact that Teresa is still out here saying and doing the most, like we don't see it, like we don't hear it, it tells me she don't give a damn what we think. She don't give a damn how we feel. And she really don't give a damn how we react to her bullshit. And I don't know if it's the reactions. I don't know if it's the truth that people are putting out here, right? Because the truths are coming out on Teresa. But 8 years later, this shit is not looking good. And now, Teresa even got her ass out here trolling chats. Teresa's even, to my understanding, Teresa's running around here with the name Goat King. Goat King. I found that out. And when I found it out, I'm like, well, that name sounds rather familiar. That name sounds rather familiar. Because I responded to a Goat King in one of my comments after the live. And it was left there big as cup. She's alive. Teresa, stop your bullshit. Just stop your bullshit. And of all names you choose, bitch, you chose Goat King. You're trolling chats. You're throwing out information like Kenneka is alive. I'm almost in a place of not questioning that part, bitch, because I almost want to believe that she is. But what I'm doing, Teresa, right now I'm picking up, bitch, what you're putting down. The nuggets you keep dropping. Like everybody's slow. We are not slow. And the nuggets, because you've dropped many. I want to know why. I want to know why. Why now, 8 years later, my beautiful sister, Rashina, thank you, my love. Thank you so much. Why are you in chats now, Teresa? Hell, why are you even watching? And why are you inserting yourself? Why? Chat, help me out. Tell me why Teresa's out here doing the most. Because I want to believe that I'm not the only one who sees that as a problem. Because to troll these chats, once again, I personally believe Teresa's trying to control a narrative. And bitch, you can't control what happens on this side of the world. You've done that shit to Kenneka. You've done that to all the people that's in your circle and that's around you that you wanted to be quiet. You know, those that you paid to shut up. Those that you allegedly paid to be quiet after you got drunk and told exactly what happened. I want to know. Ann says, I want Teresa to keep talking. Just enough for her to put herself right into that prison cell. She's on her way. She's on her way. She think it's over. But it ain't over. By the time Kenneka finished riding that back, she's going to wish she had done the right thing. She's going to wish she had done the right thing. Everyone that's entering the chat, welcome, welcome, welcome. Strong Survive says she's had 8 years to practice trolling, which is sickening. And I am in agreement with you on that. I am truly in agreement with you on that. But let's finish talking about Teresa. Queen Israel says, the mother is not the only one who needs to go, because it's higher up people too. I agree. I agree. And we're going to get into that. We're going to get into that, Queen Israel. Cornell says Teresa needs a life of her own. That part, Strong Survive. Teresa's looking for justice. No, she's looking for everything except for justice for Kenneka. Well, she's not going to look for justice, right? And the reason I believe she's not going to look for justice is because her hands are dirty. Her hands are clearly dirty. Queen Israel said, I want to say one thing to the mother. Woman, you are evil if you really had something to do with your daughter's case. Prison is where you belong. Amen. Amen. But she don't believe that's where she belongs. So, Teresa. Henry Boone says Teresa ain't gonna be satisfied till she end up under. And she knows this. She knows this. And I want to know, Teresa, why now? Why now? Because in my opinion, people don't troll conversations that they're not bothered by. So something is bothering the hell out of you, Teresa. What is being said out here? What is being said out here, Teresa, that's touching your truth? Uncovering your dirt. What is being said that's making you troll these chats? What is it, Goat King? What is it? Something is being said that wasn't said before, and she knows it. And whatever it is, we may not exactly know who touched what where because everybody's talking about it. Whatever it is close enough to home that makes this bitch want to show up. What do y'all think is coming out? What do you all think is coming out right now that didn't come out 8 years ago? And it has Teresa bothered. What do you think it is? Because it's something that got her feeling a type of way. Catherine said, yeah, why now? Why now? What is really going on behind the scenes? What triggered that reaction and her trolling the YouTubers chat? Catherine, she's trolling her ass off. She is truly trolling. And we know that trolling is not random behavior. Trolling is a reaction. Trolling is a reaction. People troll when the conversation is touching a nerve they don't want exposed. Her behavior tells it all. And I wonder what's being talked about that's different. Is it the timeline? Is it the contradictions? Is it the way people are finally connecting the dots? Or is it because people are no longer accepting chaos as an answer? Could that be it? Everybody got a version that they're comfortable with. And everybody got a truth that they protected. And when somebody starts getting close to your truth, that's when behavior starts changing. So MOCA's not surprised that she's trolling. I'm interested, though, very interested in what triggered it. Because whatever it is, it matters. It matters. Teresa, you ain't been this loud in a minute. You ain't been this present in a minute. But all of a sudden, here you come, inserting yourself. No, ma'am. What do y'all think changed? What do y'all think changed? Teresa ain't shit. Thank you, sis. What part of these conversations, y'all, is unraveling her truth? The moment people stop buying confusion, stop accepting chaos, and stop letting the story keep changing, that's when people like Teresa starts panicking. And panic is never solid. Panic is disruption. Teresa's protecting truths that she don't want exposed. She don't want something discussed. Catherine said, is Antonio getting ready to be exhumed? Teresa, is that it? Is that it? Carla Henry said, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. I will repay. And let me tell you, vengeance is mine, said the Lord. And you know who else says vengeance is mine? Kenneka. See, Teresa don't want us to know out here the hell that she put Kenneka through. This shit did not just start that night, nor the days leading up to that night. Goat King, where are you? Because you see, Goat King, what I need you to do. Okay, Platt, thank you, boo. See, Goat King, what I need you to do, since you're popping in and out, don't leave a comment after the live. You're welcome. Goat King, what I need you to do is tell the world of the abuse, allegedly. Tell the world of the alleged abuse and the childhood trauma that Kenneka endured at your hands. See, because you was too busy playing checkers and not chess with all those different men running in and out of your house, to whereas Kenneka wasn't a priority. You want to tell these people how you've mistreated her from day one, ever since she got in your care? You want to tell these people how allegedly she was molested? You want to tell these people Go King, let's talk about it. You want to tell these people how at the tender age, what you thought nobody knew? You thought Kenneka would never tell her story? Is that what you thought? Because I'm confused. Allegedly, Kenneka was molested at 7 or 8 years old. Allegedly, by one of the boyfriends. And he started touching her around the age of 5. I see Goat King 238 is in the chat. Goat King, are you Teresa? See, that's the problem. Kenneka was molested. Kenneka was dealt a raw hand from an early age, right? And I really believe she don't want that story out. That's part of the problem. That's part of the problem. Your lifestyle, the way you lived. These men playing with you mattered more than you protecting Kenneka. What was it about Kenneka that you allowed these grown men to play with her like that? What was it? So if you allowed that at that young age, everything went wrong. Everything went wrong in that child's life. And that's why you have no emotions. You've dealt her a bad hand all of her life. And that explains why you made a contract with the devil prior to all of this taking place. That's why you made a contract. Sin City, I see you, boo. Welcome to the chat, my love. Happy holidays to you. So, Teresa, we want to know who you made that contract with. Tell us that much. Tell us that much. Who did you make the contract with? Because the way you're moving, it's not alleged no more that there was a contract. But Teresa, now that we know all what, and not all, we know parts of what happened. We know parts of what happened to Kenneka in her childhood in that shack with you, right? The lies, Teresa, they're coming back to haunt you. Teresa, in your drunken moments, you've told the story. You told people what happened to Kenneka during your drunken stage. Family members and friends. You told them what happened. Did you not? Allegedly, you did. And out of that 3.7 million that you collected, you paid family and friends, allegedly, to be quiet. You paid them to be quiet, to not repeat what you said in your drunken moments. What kind of mother does that, Teresa? How do we label you when you ain't did right? Rock, not an answer, not a shit. Never got an acknowledgement from the GOAT King. But that's what they do. So let's talk about you coming out here ranting and raving in your drunken state. You paid off those people that you told exactly what happened to Kenneka. Allegedly, you told that story to cousins, and you told that story to an aunt. And it's another man that's close to you. I can't put a name out there, but hey, I kind of got an idea. You told him the story. And the man was paid to be quiet after not only you telling, but you have to confess because they saw footage. and you paid them to shut the hell up, right? So Teresa, let's tell the people why you're out here doing the shit you're doing. The ranting, the raving. See, there's an excuse. Now, scratch that shit, MOCA. Ain't no excuse. There's a reason behind the running down the street naked, talking about a botched up BBL. There's a reason for looking like a rabid dog spitting on the screen, right? If y'all following what I'm putting down right now, light this bitch up with some fleur de lis because, baby, we on the roll right now. We in MOCA's house. Light this bitch up because the GOAT King, Teresa, it's about you. It's about you. Nola Bells and Bows, cousins and friends. If you're feeling the conversation, hit that like button for your girl. Share out this live. Teresa needs just a little more exposure. You are, thank you for lighting it up, Rob. Thank you. I love seeing these fleur de lis up in this chat. There's a reason for the nakedness. There's a reason for the drunkenness. There's a reason for the spitting on people. There's a reason for talking out the side of your neck. And let me tell the people the reason. Now y'all ready for the reason. If y'all ready for the reason, light this bitch up. And I'm going to tell y'all the reason. I see y'all in the chat. I see y'all. I see y'all. I see y'all. The reason Teresa's playing crazy. And she ain't playing crazy. Them demons tearing her ass up. They're making her tell it. See, Teresa's looking for attention in all the wrong places. All the wrong places. Thank you guys for lighting up this chat. Teresa's looking for attention in all the wrong places. Going by it all the wrong ways. Her reasoning for doing what she's doing, behaving the way she's behaving. We know that Teresa collected $3.7 million. That was part of the contract. She signed a contract with the devil. The devil lied to Teresa, right? The devil lied to Teresa. Allegedly, Teresa, didn't you sign that contract? You're going to get 3.7 now. And we're going to pay you so much later. You were supposed to be getting installments, right, Teresa? Allegedly. Because you remember, you made this deal. You made this deal before any of this took place. You made this deal. So you signed that contract for 3.7 with the promise of you getting installments. They took it back. They told your black ass to go away. They were finished with you. They had no more use for you. And if you couldn't make them 3.7 do what it was supposed to do, your black ass was just shit out of luck. And when you got the word, thank you, sis. When you got the word that you were not getting another dime, You came out here and you started acting a straight ass. See, the problem is you knew the contract was already signed. See, that's where you tried to play in the people's face. You knew that contract was already signed. That's why you were able to come out here and tell the world that you were going to be a millionaire. Bitch, you knew what was coming, but you didn't think we would ever figure that out. The contract was already signed. You knew the 3.7 was coming. You knew that. So you prepared the people for the money that you received, claiming you ain't spoke shit in existence. You sold Kenneka, allegedly, for them funky 3.7 plus whatever they were supposed to give you. So don't ever come out here, bitch, talking about you play chess and not checkers, bitch, because they done hopped all over your black ass. You gets nothing. You got nothing. So your installments are done. So now you out here, you're wanting to file lawsuits against this one and against that. Bitch, you so desperate right now. You even call yourself trying to file a lawsuit against a car rental company. Bitch, is you crazy? But what's going on with you right now? Kenneka making you shake. She's making you shake. And if that's not enough, we're going to talk about a whole lot of things. Because everybody look at those crisis actors, those paid actors that was sitting in that hotel. Everybody standing around not knowing what direction to take, what to do, what to say, or where to go. Teresa knew who all of those peoples were. She knew. She had set that shit up, allegedly. When I mentioned to you all a couple of nights ago, that parking ticket that they tried to put on Kenneka from the 6th, that was not Kenneka's ticket. That was Teresa's ticket. Teresa had a meeting with the devil on the 6th. Teresa had a meeting with a bunch of devils on the 6th. Isn't that right, Goat King? Let's talk about it. Now, since we're talking about it, thank you, Rob. No more damn installments. Let's talk about it. Because them demons, they shaking the shit out of it right now. It won't be a Merry Christmas for you, you bald head wench. But let's talk about it. You signed a contract with the devil. And allegedly, let me grab some questions before I go where I'm going. If y'all feel just a little bit of what MOCA is saying, light up the chat. Light up the chat. We gonna move the hell on. Strong Survive says those dots are connected. Expose all their demonic asses. All of them. Strong Survive. All of them. Everybody whose hand was in this shit, they're not going to get rest either. They're not going to get rest. Catherine says, is it because we're close to uncovering that pure, naked truth? I believe so. And it's a damn shame. 8 years later. 8 years later. Catherine said, is Teresa seeing that whole night over in real time? The way she was walking through that dungeon of a house. She was spooked, checking every room like a bat out of hell. Why be spooked, Teresa? What are you seeing? Thank you all. Thank you all for lighting up this chat. If you all are on the same page with MOCA, hit the like button and let these likes match the views. Teresa, you're a liar. You are a damn liar, and the truth ain't nowhere around you. But the truth is coming out. The truth is coming out. And you better know it is, whether you like it or not. Lavette said them demons on her ass. And Kenneka in heaven watching. Let it do what it do. She shook. She gonna tell. It brought time. They finished with her ass. Lavette, they finished with her. All she has to do is tell the world what happened to Kenneka. She has to tell the world what part she played. She has to tell the world about the contract she signed. And while you're doing all of that, tell the world how you allowed these men allegedly to damage this child before she knew how to write her name. Let's talk about it. You have a lot to answer for. A lot to answer for. Videos don't lie. Your words don't lie. You can't take back what you done already put out there. Welcome to everyone that's coming in the chat. CJ said, I think she's been dealing with raw isolation and stale friendships. Possible psychosis. Guilt is hot fire. Uncomfortable to her because she doesn't control anything anymore. She don't. She don't. Thing is, there's so many layers to this. This is worse than a damn onion. Worse than an onion. Make your eyes tear up every time something new is uncovered. Catherine said when she was foaming at the mouth, the beast came out. That was a hell of a beast. Speak now, Teresa. Speak now. Speak now. Henry Boone said, MOCA, if Teresa started running her mouth, the high elites is going to either clone her, silence her for good. And I believe that. She thinks she's playing a game. She thinks she's bigger than the contract. that she signed. That's what she believed. She believes she's bigger than the contract that she signed. It's sad. It's sad. It is sad. Catherine said she put goats in ratchet chat as well. Well, that's her. I told her. Hello. Well, I'm glad she's listening. I'm damn glad she's listening. Because what kind of human being does shit like this? What kind of human being does shit like this? Levesque said, who was that person? Was he a white man, Teresa? Let's talk about the white man. The rumors, the theories that we've heard over and over and over again. This is going to blow y'all fucking mind. And maybe not. We spoke on organs, allegedly. That was said. I didn't want to dive too much into that aspect. But let me just throw this out there. Right? Let me say this. And then I'm going to pause after I say this. Because I need you all to light this motherfucker up and tell me your thoughts on it as well. And make it make sense. And see if there's really a connection. The name Selena Gomez keeps coming up. That name keeps coming up. And whether it's a theory or not, one thing we gotta understand is names don't keep coming up for no fucking reason. Names don't keep coming up for no reason. There's a reason this name keeps coming up. See, there's a, I don't know, it's a game being played. There's a Goat King in here. There's a Teresa Martin in here. Either one of you motherfuckers that's in here, just make sure y'all hit the like button. Because it's your story. That name keeps coming up, guys. And this is where it gets eerie. This is where it brings questions upon questions upon questions. That hotel. If y'all feel in any way that what we're doing in here tonight, connecting puzzle pieces, thank you, Kimberly Earls. Put those puzzle pieces up in this chat because the puzzle pieces are coming together. Selena Gomez, that name don't just keep coming up just because. Let's connect one dot at a time. Thank you all for the puzzle pieces in this chat. We're going to connect these dots one at a time. How many of you knew? How many of you knew Selena Gomez's uncle was the owner of that hotel? How many of you knew that allegedly? I'll wait. I'll wait. How many of you knew? If y'all following what I'm putting down, throw some fire in the chat. MOCA, we're following you. Selena Gomez's uncle, allegedly, is the owner of that hotel. Let me give y'all revelation number 2. Thank you all. Thank you all for lighting up this bitch. Let me give y'all revelation number 2. And it ties back in to Teresa being at that hotel on the 6th. Motherfucker, you're going to tell the story about who was there and who wasn't there. Tell it all. Teresa, you're not being forthcoming. You're not being forthcoming. Let me give you another little nugget. Allegedly, Selena Gomez's stepfather. Selena Gomez's stepfather was the lead detective on this case. That's 2 pieces put together. Her being there on the 6th, that's 3 pieces. Connect the motherfuckers and see what you get. Now why? Why did she think? Why would she think? And this is how the story goes, allegedly. Selena was very sick. Very sick she was. After Kenneka's demise, allegedly Selena had a very, very successful transplant. Went on and her career took off. But we're not supposed to know that. We're not supposed to know that. But you want to disrupt the people, telling the people, right? Interrupting chats, telling the people she's alive. The distraction, Do y'all think this distraction is intentional? Do y'all think it's reckless? Nah, we ain't doing that shit. We ain't doing that. Not here. Not here. You here, you're watching. You engaging, you're trolling. Why? Let me see what my people says. Catherine says, the silence she bought from them will not compare to their soul. Judgment is definitely coming. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Because how do you go through life? That's demonic as hell. Anything for $1. Sacrificing your own. And we don't even have to go as far as us assuming that it was a sacrifice. If you saw clips from what was put on as a show of a funeral, the preacher, whomever he may be, he said it. He said, did I like the way he said it? Hell no. But he said she sacrificed her child. He said, I don't know what book he reads from, but he said God told her to sacrifice her daughter. Ain't no damn God I know would tell nobody to sacrifice a life for money. And in that same voice, he said she was going to be rewarded for the sacrifice that she made. Now make this shit make sense. But these are dots that wasn't supposed to be connected. Her hands are dirty, right? We know this, allegedly. But let's say this. Her hands ain't the only one that's dirty. She got played. She got played in the worst way. You sold your whole entire existence. Your whole entire existence. For what you thought was going to be a lifetime reward. And what did you get out of it? These people telling you to go sit your black ass down. You done played your part. You've given us what we needed. And like I said previously, your ass got 3.7 million. And they're making millions and billions off of the chicken feed that they gave you. You will forever be in a turmoil. Your life will forever be in an uproar. You will forever be running the street naked. You will forever be spitting at people on the street because your life ain't right. And it will never get right. Never. It's me says, can we ask the GOAT? You in here, bitch, answer the question. Can we ask the GOAT why the pastor said at that service that she sacrificed her daughter? Now she have to sacrifice herself. That part. Because you can't sacrifice one part of your existence without giving something of you. And I think you're at the end of the road right now. Catherine says, I just saw an old video from the beginning with Selena. Says, I'm an interview yesterday. The girl I received the kidney from was 2017. She toured around the same time. She was definitely there. See, all this shit is lining up. All this shit is lining up. And again, like I say, a troll don't just troll. Sis says it's funny how Kenneka was unalived. Selena was sick. Then she was well. Then her career took off. Tony, the GOAT is Teresa. That's right. That should have been a conflict of interest. Hey, Tanya, that should have been a conflict of interest. Uncle, stepfather, all this shit happened at the hotel. That should have been. But Teresa didn't care. She wanted the money. Cheryl, baby, said don't work like that. Cheryl, I'm going to answer that for you, right? Cheryl, baby, says it don't work like that, y'all. She said that she would have had to get tested to make sure she's a match and her antibodies match. I've had several transplants. Let me elaborate on that. There's a video of Teresa. Teresa, you in the chat. And you can answer the question for the people that you said what you said when you said it. Nobody else told it to MOCA. I heard you say it. The video where Teresa was at the parade. It was an organ donating place. Right there. Teresa said, Teresa said, that's where Kenneka was. That's where Kenneka went. Why would she say that? Then she went on to say, she said, oops, let me not say that before they clip this. Then she said, try to clean it up. Oh, she's going there to give blood. Teresa, what? The gift of hope. That's it. Gift of hope. She got caught slipping, running her mouth. Kenneka, according to Teresa, was that the gift of hope. Why? Why? What organs did she have to donate to the gift of hope? Loose lips sink ships. And you can't always take back what you put out. And she thought she could have cleaned it up, but it was a little too late. All of this for money. All of this for money. So why would the story come out? Why would the story come out? Allegedly that Selena's organ came from her best friend. That best friend was an alcoholic. That best friend was on substances. That best friend kidney wasn't healthy. It's the lies. It's the lies. Henry Boone says, MOCA. Y'all double tap the screen for your girl. Double tap the screen for your girl. Henry Boone says, MOCA. Selena needed a kidney. She's the niece of Bill Murray, who owned that hotel. Exactly. They said Kenneka got on the line and they took her organs and kidneys. Teresa sold her to the hotel allegedly. How does these stories keep coming out, Goat King? If there's not an ounce of truth to it. But you're trolling. Troll your ass to the water. Go get dipped. Better yet, just go turn yourself in. That's what you do. Catherine says the wicked butchered up that fake picture of Selena and her friend laying side by side, holding hands to stop the public from speaking. I could believe that. AI is a hell of a tool and is doing a hell of a thing around here. So that takes me somewhere else, right? That takes me somewhere else. Carla Henry said they found out Kenneka's blood type because she was going to get a job in healthcare. Shell, baby, I see what you're saying. You said, no, that's not true. I've had 4 transplants. If she was registered, they call the next person that's a match. Shell, baby, not if you're moving illegally, baby. See, when you're moving illegally, money talks and bullshit walks. When you're doing illegal shit, a person can be in dire need and is sitting at the top of the registry. But if you're moving crooked and you're moving slimy and you're moving dirty, again, like I said, money talks and bullshit walks. And that's what happened. That's what happened. When they do things under the table, when they do things under the table, why you think the rich keep getting richer and the poor keep getting poor? Again, money talks and bullshit walks. Thank you, Rob. So we could be politically correct as to how shit happens or supposed to happen. But when you're dealing with the wicked, with money, it happens the way they want it to happen. Teresa will definitely pay the piper. Ann says, every person who got that money will forever be cursed. That was blood money. And they sold their lousy souls for it. Kenneka's not going to rest. She's not going to rest until everybody that took money off of her name, everybody got a price to pay. Everybody. And right now, she's so restless. She's going to make sure Teresa don't see a dime, she says. Your lies is being exposed, Teresa. It's a shame. It is a shame. How do you close your eyes at night? How do you wake up and look at yourself? I ask myself over and over, was this the way this shit was supposed to be played out? Antoinette said, Mocha, did you see that video about the parents that had twins, but one of them didn't make it? When the parents got the body back, there was no organs. No, ma'am, I didn't see that. Oh, God. I didn't see that, baby. Tony, that part. God wouldn't tell her to unalive her child for money. Everything belongs to God. We came with nothing and nothing we shall leave with. But she don't understand that. She didn't understand that. It was the greed. It was the greed. But y'all got to know, she wasn't in this alone. Several people has to answer. Several people have to answer for what took place. Sassy says, so actually, the money that was given was for the selling of certain body parts. Sassy, that's it. Bingo. Bingo. That was her pay. And then she comes out here lying. Lying. Telling the people that they told her to be quiet. They silenced her. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No damn ma'am. Exactly, sis. None of them had, thinkable, none of them had a soul. Cake Bless says, I'm getting so much confused. So many lies, lies, and more lies. You ain't, baby, that's just the beginning of the lies. They growing. Carla Henry said, oh, Did y'all see on a video Lenora had on the outfit they wear on the Ghostbuster Bill Murray movie? Oh, that's what bothers me. I'm with Sassy, no lawsuit. Just straight up devil work. But then I have another question. Right? This shit is wicked in the worst possible way. People get uncomfortable because the minute you bring up Zach's name, people try to paint a picture of Zach. Zach could have been good in his own way. The way, oh Lord. See, Zach was a street nigga. He called himself a hood journalist. And to me, that meant he moved where cameras usually don't go. He stood where questions get you checked. And Zach was showing up in places where most people wouldn't dare ask why. One thing I'm aware of, hood journalists, they don't get invited places. But it was something strange about Zach. Something strange about Zach. Now MOCA has to ask the question. What role did he play in all of this? Zach just popped up. He popped up. It's almost like I want to be seen, but you had a role to play. And it leads me to want to find out, why was he there? Why was he even there? Right? Zach filmed everything that took place in that room. He filmed everything that took place because he was there. And why was he at that hotel? The press wasn't there. The police wasn't there. There were no investigators there, but Zach was there. What led him there? Who told Zach that something was going to go down? Who pointed him in that direction? One thing I know about street people, street journalists, hood niggas, they don't just pull up for no reason. Somebody said something. Somebody whispered something. Somebody knew something. And Zach was there. Zach was there before the story even hit the public. He was part of the story. Before the narratives got cleaned up, he was there. Before explanations got rehearsed, he already knew. The smoke was already there. If y'all believe Zach was part of this story and not in a good way. Drop some eyes in the chat. I see you, MOCA. And I saw Zach was up to no good. This was a movie in the making. And somebody was the producer. Thank you all for lighting up this chat with these eyes. This is the part that really don't sit right with me. Because I'm confused how Zach was the one with the raw footage. No edited clips, no curated pieces. Everything was raw. How did he get raw footage? I refuse to believe that the hotel gave it to him. That part I'm refusing to believe at this point, seeing how shit is unfolding. The raw footage came because he was there. Nobody is going to give somebody this kind of information. That's like handing you power. Why would I give you power to implicate me? That don't make sense. Love you more, sis. Thank you. That don't make sense. Why would somebody give him their power? To give you raw footage means I'm giving you the right to tell on me. That don't make sense. Do you all think that access wasn't accidental? If raw footage to you means danger like it means to me, this shit is getting sloppier and sloppier and sloppier. Zach, in my opinion, he wasn't just documenting shit. He wasn't just reporting, and he damn sure wasn't neutral in all of this. Look at Zach. Zach moved. Zach moved between two worlds, right? Let's talk about it. Nina Ray, thank you, my love. Carla Henry, thank you, baby. Zach moved between worlds. Zach moved between the street world, the internet world, and the so-say investigative world. And people like that see too much, hear too much, know too much, but for a reason. That made Zach both valuable and also it made him dangerous. Let me say this. When you find somebody like that that shows up in cases like this, we could talk about it. When you find somebody like that that shows up in cases like this, You got to ask yourself a question. Was he supposed to expose the truth? Or was he the engineer? Was he the director? Was he helping steer it? Make it make sense. If you think Zach was more than he appeared to be, and he played a bigger role in this, drop some fleur-de-lis in this chat. If you think he saw something that he couldn't unsee, and it was bigger than what he expected, throw those eyes in the chat. You got to make this shit make sense. So now, I don't look at Zach no other way other than somebody who was part of something that he had his hands into. My brain starts to stop on certain parts, and then my spirit starts hollering. Right? Because if Zach was at that party, and I'm saying if, at that hotel, filming, moving around, engaging with people, seeing the guests, catching the energy and catching all these moments, then the question is not what he came on camera and said. The question is, why was he there in the first goddamn place? And don't tell me, oh, he just pulled up. Because those type of parties, that type of outcome, that shit don't work like that. People don't just show up with cameras and everybody acting normal unless they're supposed to be there. And my next question is even nastier. The next question is even nastier. In all these years, why the fuck has Teresa never mentioned him being there? Why the hell have none of Kenneka's friends, them so-called friends, ever said he was there? Not once. Not casually. Not in passing. Not like, oh yeah, Zach was recorded. Not a motherfucking one said a word. So why is his attendance being hidden? And why are we acting like we don't know who was moving around that party? Because I'm going to tell y'all something. When people start hiding who was in the room, they ain't just hiding faces. They're hiding involvement. And the minute you start erasing people from that room, you just told a story without saying a goddamn word. So he's not innocent. And we're going to sit around here like some grown folks because this is who the hell we are. If somebody was really at a party with a camera out filming the whole damn environment, that means they weren't just catching a moment. Zach was there catching context. And that's dangerous as hell. Because when you're filming context for production, See, context answers questions people don't want to answer later. They don't want to say who was actually around Kenneka. They don't want to say who was watching her. They don't want to say who followed her. They don't want to say who was there and who was too comfortable. They don't want to say who looked nervous. They don't want to say who looked like they knew what time it really was. See, everybody want to act like this case is only about a goddamn freezer and a hallway. But if that room was filmed, if the room was filled, then that party became a crime scene of fucking behavior. Not police tape crime scene. Human behavior is more to this shit. And here's the part people hate. See, you can't fake your body language on camera. You can lie with your mouth all day long. But your body, that shit tells on you. So if somebody, Zach, if he had full room footage, if Zach had full party footage, the energy, the movement of everything that took place, that's not no small shit. That ain't no extra shit. That's some planned shit. But we could talk about why it would be left out, though. See, when people tell stories, they don't only tell you what happened, they tell you what they want you to focus on. They only tell you what they want you to focus on. See, if you remove a person from the story, then you're removing the connection. You're removing the introduction and the conversation. And most importantly, you're removing the moments that explain why certain things happened. And when you erase a person from a room, as they have erased Zach, you also erase a question. Sakina, welcome, boo. You also erase the question. Why was Zach there? What being there benefited him? I don't care how many people liked Zach. I don't care how many people hated him. The point is this. If he was there, he had eyes on that fucking room. And if he had eyes on the room, then somebody in that room, guess what? Had fucking eyes on him. And if you believe he had eyes on the room for his production, and people had eyes on him for another reason, watching him for Teresa, throw some fucking eyes in the chat, because bitch, this all this shit was orchestrated. It was orchestrated. It was orchestrated. Which meant the silence around his presence would be intentional. Because if it was innocent, it would be easy to say. If it was normal, it would be casual to mention that he was there. And if it was irrelevant, nobody would feel the need to erase the fact that he was there. People only erase what makes the timeline scatter and what makes the narrative harder to control. So when you ask, why are we hiding who was there? That says a lot. It was strategy. It's almost like saying, if we don't name who was there, we don't have to explain shit. And that tells me somebody's role in that room don't match the clean version that they've been selling for 8 damn years. For 8 years. How many of you believe that this shit was strategic? Erasing him from that room. How many of you believe the footage, the real footage from that party would actually tell on folks? And hiding who was there really tells the whole story. There's so many layers to this shit. So many layers to this shit. So I'm stuck on that. Because if he was there and nobody mentions it, that means somebody is protecting somebody and they're protecting somebody too. So how is it that everybody gets protected except for Kenneka? This is insane. You got known gang affiliations at this party. You got known gang affiliations at this party. Street figures. That ain't a secret. That's been out there for years. So how does a hood journalist move freely in a room like that? Because buying this narrative about who he is and who he was and how he moved. You don't move freely like that. I don't give a damn who you are. You don't move freely like that in the middle of chaos. Gang wars. You got rival gang members in the same room and y'all all in that bitch congregating. Nobody gets along. But y'all was in the same room together. That shit don't sit right with me. Allegedly, and yeah, I'm gonna say allegedly here, Zach had affiliations that crossed the lines. Different sides, different sets, even during times when they all was beefing. And anybody from the street knows that shit ain't normal. And if you know how street beef don't play like that, drop some bombs in his chat because that shit ain't normal. For those of you that don't know, the street got rules. Unwritten rules. But they're real as hell. When there's beef, lines get drawn, people pick sides. So when somebody could move between groups, be present around different sets, and still be comfortable, that tells me one or two things. Fuck. Either everybody trusts you, this is where it gets sticky. That shit tells me one or two things. Thank you all for dropping these bombs in the chat. That tells me one of two things. Either everybody trusts you or everybody thinks you're useful. And either way, it's dangerous. Looking at this party, you got known street figures in the building, a chaotic ass environment, alcohol, movement, bunch of young children. And in the middle of all of that, picture it. In the middle of all of that, here you got Zach with a camera, moving freely, talking to people, filming everything. Who, child? So again, why was he comfortable doing this? And why was everybody present comfortable seeing him do this? Connections explains access. They're working together. Silence explains why certain names never got mentioned. If you acknowledge who is really connected to that room, you got to explain who knew who protected who, and who looked the fuck away. And that's why people act like who was there don't matter. Because then those that was there had to be accountable. So when I ask the question, who was Zach really? I'm not asking out of curiosity because I ain't curious no more. I'm asking because connections don't fucking disappear. They just strategically get hidden. And then 8 years later, the connections are starting to resurface. And that brings me to the question once again, why haven't Teresa, why Teresa never felt compelled to tell what the fuck she knew? Because they're all in it allegedly together. See, because when somebody, in my mind, stands in front of the world and said he wants justice, real justice, honesty shouldn't be optional. Honesty don't pick and choose. Honesty don't protect people, and it don't avoid uncomfortable names. So when we keep hearing parts of the story, but never the whole thing, I ask myself, why? Is it loyalty, fear, guilt? Because if telling everything would clear this up, it would have been told by now. And them being silent this long, that's a choice that they made. That's a choice that they're making. You got people that refuse to tell the truth. So many of them. Catherine said Zach played his role carefully and got sloppy in the end. Kate Bless says, to think I had some kind of answer to this story. It's a ball of mess for sure. Yes, Lord, if you hear and you're enjoying this commentary, you're rocking and rolling. We're MOCA and Nola Bells and the gems that we drop in here each and every time. Grab a membership, share the live out. Because we speak on facts. And what one don't understand, somebody in here understands. And we come here to share, observe, and reveal together. Ann says the more things coming out about Zach is definitely making my feelings change for him. Girl. Sassy says that not too many people of color are donating body parts unless it's for family. So those pigs will pay big once they find a match or take it, assuming the person won't be missed. That part. Catherine said it was more to Zach than meets the eye. It was stated he ran the transition house in Chicago. I believe he trained the boys from the juvenile center, allegedly. It's like he had done that before, MOCA. He was too comfortable, Catherine. He was too comfortable. Hey, Mr. Boston, welcome, baby. This shit is wild. Henry Boone says, MOCA, real talk. Real talk, MOCA. I love you all because you all have great insight. Henry Boone says, real talk. Zach TV went through some of the most deadly gang territories and did not get a scratch on him. Soon as he started the Kenneka case, they silenced him. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? But Henry Boone, he wanted to be a producer in the making. That's what it appeared to me, allegedly. How you go in a room with rival gangs, recording, like that was gonna go, like that was gonna fly. Levesque said he's a journalist, so he was there for the story to report it. But hold up, Levesque, I gotta ask a question. I get it that he was a journalist. We gotta make this shit make sense. You said he was a journalist and he was there to report the story. But if it was a party, a birthday party, there shouldn't have been a damn story. You see where I'm going with that? It was just supposed to be a bunch of young children drinking and kicking it and enjoying the night. That wasn't supposed to be a story. That was just supposed to be a party. So why go there recording, expecting a story, unless you knew what was going to happen? See where I'm going with that? You don't just show up at a party ready to record everything that happens there. Strong Survive says he was at that part with his friends and recorded his own footage, allegedly. I believe it. I don't believe the hotel gave him nothing. Hey, leisure lady, and let me tell you why I don't believe the hotel gave him nothing, right? Again, like I said, Why would the hotel implicate themselves? Why would the hotel give you footage of all their wrongdoings to where you can start pointing fingers at A, B, C, and D? They did it. This happened. That happened. Mm-mm. Because if the hotel had given footage, why was there a need for reenactment? The video that was edited, chopped, and screwed. Listen, the video with the crises actors that was edited, chopped, and screwed. I don't believe that came from the hotel. I believe that came from Zach. I believe he chopped and screwed them. Exactly, Ann. Ann says Zach had the original tapes because he was there to tape it. But then he put out the bootleg copy for the world to see. And why is that, baby? Why is that? But we're crazy, though. We're crazy. This shit is sloppy. Strong Survive said made him a target. He knew too much. Then those people started reaching out to Zach. Let me tell you my take on that. Let me tell you my take on the people that started reaching out to Zach. The way this shit is coming out now, the way this shit is unfolded, I don't believe nobody reached out to Zach. I don't believe. I believe that was part of the cover-up. I don't believe nobody reached out to him. I believe he realized he got in too deep. I believe he became fearful. But do I believe anybody reached out to him? No. No. See, when you do shady shit, you always got to figure out a way to cover up your tracks. And you made the world believe you knew everything that happened. So then you also got to make the world believe that your life is in danger. A lot of shit ain't adding up. Catherine says, Zach had on a picture, in a picture, a sweater with God and Satan. He was playing both sides. Very dangerous position to be. Zach was in hoods recording kids, and he was not helping. But videoing it though. Ann said Zach was playing Teresa. That part right there. That part right there. Zach was playing Teresa, and Teresa was playing Zach. But Teresa greedy ass got the upper hand on him. And that's when all that shit came to a halt. That's when it came to a halt. This shit is wicked. Wicked. And it's a shame. It makes you wonder, how is it all these people he interviewed, allegedly, they all appeared afraid of him? Strong Survive says, I think Zach genuinely wanted justice and got in over his head, clouding attention. The case, wanted attention. The case they probably never expected this case to spread all over the world. Nope. Nope. And Strong Survive, because this case got as big as it did. I'm going to tell y'all my theory. Carla Henry said Monifa was scared of Zach when he was doing the interview with her. And says, I also think Zach was the one who gave Irene that black eye during her interview with him. She looked scared as hell, and Zach basically steered that whole interview speaking to her. Well, goddamn. See what I'm saying? It's the dark side. It's the dark side. Kate Bless says, but it was powerful people in that hotel that night. Zach saw something he wasn't supposed to not see, but he saw it. We could go all night with this shit. We can, because there's so much to unravel. But I'm going to leave y'all with something. And we're going to pick it up tomorrow. I'm going to leave y'all with something. In a situation like this, when the truth just don't sit right, it don't look right, it don't feel right, and everybody's running scared because they're getting exposed for the role that they played, no matter how big or small the role was. If you're feeling like MOCA's feeling, from what we know and from what we see in broad daylight, right in our faces, because they've been playing in the people's faces for 8 years now, right? How many of you have this question ever ran across your minds? How many of you ever felt that these deaths were staged, faked? Because I do. I could be so wrong. I could be wrong. Because like I said the night before, Zach was supposedly a public figure. Why was there a need, quote unquote, for a very private funeral service? People could have gathered outside all they want. Who was to say that was Zach in that casket? Just like we found out it wasn't Kenneka and hers. I believe it all was staged. And if you look at previous videos, and y'all have been down this rabbit hole, as I'm going down the rabbit hole, Zach have spent countless times out of the country. And I want you all to think about this. Why is his YouTube page still very active? Who's running that bitch? Who's running it? I believe that death was staged. I got in too deep. Now I gotta get the fuck out. Because the way he was unalive, there was no investigation. It was shut, just like Kenneka, open and closed. No investigation, no elaborations. I do believe the production went bad. I believe the production didn't go as it should, and allegedly Teresa knows this. That's why she's spiraling. I believe that. And that's just my take on it. There's no, right, Kate Bless, no nothing on none of them. Zach wasn't innocent in this. Kenneka wasn't innocent in this. And I never disrespect the deceased. But the question is, are they deceased? So I'm confused. But I will say this. I'm going to leave it at that. I want you all to come in tomorrow. See, tonight I was supposed to do an open panel. But I said, okay, it's Christmas week. And I'm going to let y'all wild out tomorrow. I'll do an open panel, God spare, tomorrow. Let y'all have y'all say. Let y'all have y'all take. But what I will do, and I'm going to announce it at this moment. We're going to do a members live. We're going to do a members only live. We're going to let our members get it off their chest. We're going to talk about it around the table. Because there are some things that needs to be uncovered. There are a lot of things that we need to make a lot of sense. And that's going to be our Christmas present to ourselves. Having that conversation. Kenneka did her dirt. Zach did his dirt. Teresa did a lot of dirt. And I'm going to let you all sit with that tonight. Because we've been out here 2 hours. And we're going to wrap it up. The conversation tonight was great. The information shared was, Lord, it was good. If you all believe that we are on a path to uncovering some things, before we get out of here, flood the chat. Throw some fire in this damn chat, because we're going to come back and finish it off on tomorrow. Sassy said maybe that's why the GOAT is acting out, because the movie was a fail. Meaning no more patience. People are looking deeper. I believe it, Sassy. Catherine, thank you for throwing that fire up in his chat, girl. We're going to be back here and we're going to conclude this before Santa Claus come to town. And y'all don't talk about my little Santa Claus in his corner. Santa Claus got on a short sleeve shirt and some sunglasses because in Louisiana it's 80 degrees. Santa Claus is coming with shorts on. I love each and every one of y'all. And if y'all enjoyed this chat as much as I did, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And we'll be back here doing what we do each and every night, trying to make sense of this shit. Good night, everybody. God bless. And I love you all.
We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. No. Motivated from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. Team full of truth and a chat full of cheer. MOCA in the seat, steady steering the ship. Every topic got depth, every comment got grip. We don't tear folks down, we just build them up. If you're moving off love, then you one of us. No the pride in the room and the vibe so loud. Every bell in the chat gon' rep that crowd. We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. MOCA leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. Down in the north where the soul don't break. MOCA built the lane where the real ones stay. Ain't no faking the funk, ain't no playing for clout. You bring that mess, we gon' sort that out. But this ain't about drama, it's about love. It's about healing, it's about trust. Every child, every voice, every name in the breeze. We gon' stand for the ones no one else gon' see. So we rise tall, we rise as one. Oh, no, no bellows, the work ain't done. MOCA leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This is family. This is family. And we stand tall. One mic, one tribe, one mission in mind. We protect what's right and we hold that line. It's the chat where the truth and the love collide. Where the voices don't hide and the pain gets light. We see you, we feel you, we fight for the cause. Every kid, every tear, we break down walls. When you hear that bell, that's the call to act. We family now, and that's just facts. We stand tall, we rise as one. No lapels, the work ain't done. MOCA leading from the heart, never run. Truth and care in everything we become. It's more than a vibe, it's a home, it's a call. Over here we catch each other when we fall. This is family. This one's for every voice we fight for and every child who needs to be heard. We see you, we feel you. We stand with the truth. This is the No Labels. Leave a comment, like, share, subscribe. Stand tall. Join the family.
Good night, everyone.